Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to transform your matrix chart from something like this to something like so, alright, in Power BI. Now if you don't know what a matrix chart is, or matrix chart is, that is the visualization or chart that you see right here, alright, similar to what a table is, alright. So this is a table and this is a matrix. Now in order to do this, we use what we call the matrix and not the table, alright. And so in view of this, we will be diving right in, and I'll be showing you how to transform your matrix from something like so to something like so. Now, before anything, I'd like you to know that you can see right there that I've created a year rank, all right? I use the rank X measure to already create a year rank in order to know what year rank stop in total sales, all right? And so what I have here is exactly what I have here. But typically, this is what you see online. This is what we do, all right? This is what we have on in our projects in this channel, all right? But 2026 is new, all right? There's so much new thing that is coming in within 2026, and so I just wanted to show you some of them. One which includes how to transform our matrix, all right, from this right into this. So without much ado, let's jump right in. So once we have our matrix, we've selected, excuse me, our year, we have our total sales, and then we have our year rank. Now you can take the year rank out of it, it's still fine. But we have our year, we have our total sales, and then we have our year rank. All right. And now what this simply is showing is that when we come right in year 2008 to 2009 are the highest years, are the years with the highest total sales. All right. And likewise, you can see that these are the top two years with the highest total sales by ranking. All right. And then we have the 2010, 2011, and 2007 coming in third, fourth, and fifth position. All right. As you can see over here, and that is represented by this object. All right. And then 2012 all the way to 2012 comes in 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 position, and we represent that using this object, all right, as you can see right over here. But you can't easily do this if you don't know what you are doing in Power BI, and that's what today I want to show you. All right. And so now that as we have this, all right, or once we have this, what you typically need to do is to go in and do your formatting. All right, you need to go in and do your formatting. So you need to change the font size, the font style, do your alignments and the positioning and all of that. Okay, and so I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to start doing that right away. Okay, so now go to my values, increase my value, so you can see it's increasing as shown. All right, so our values like so, and we have our black, right? And then the background, we want it to be white throughout. Okay, so white, and then this is going to be black. All right, and so like so, excuse me. So we already have this figured out. We can now go to our column headers. Okay, and our column headers, we can in that as well, so you can see right over there. All right, so this is essentially formatting. All right, and formatting is something that we've done a couple of times on this channel, so I believe that shouldn't be, or this shouldn't be anything too difficult. All right, so we are doing our formatting. Forgive me for tilting my head left or right. My nephew is here, so I'm also paying close attention to him. He's a giddy one, so all right. So now the rows, and we are going to work on the rows. Yeah, work on that like so, and we want to align it in the middle like so. All right, and like so. Okay, so now that we have this on my door, we can also just turn this off and then turn this off because we don't need this. All right, so essentially this is all that we have. All right, so we have everything sorted out. I think this is fine. All right, like so. Okay, let's stretch it out a little bit. All right, so we are stretching it out a little bit like so, and it looks fine. And so under normal circumstance, this is what we have, and we can leave it as it is. Let's put some borders around this. All right, so you can just simply come here to the effects. All right, turn this background effects off. All right, and then we can turn on our visual border. All right, and then like so, we can just make this black and increase the weight to about 2. All right, so this looks fine. So this is our matrix. All right, originally this is going to be our matrix. It's supposed to be our matrix. All right, but how then do we add these things in there? Do we go and have pictures, put them in there? No, you don't need to necessarily do that. So what you can simply do is that excuse me, once you have your matrix table set like this, you come to your format visual section, and what you are going to do is you are going to go down and you are going to look for the cell element section. All right, so once you locate the cell element section, you are going to click on the cell element section, and it's going to bring down your drop down. And now, like so, we have this right here. Now you are free to select which of the series you want. Do you want it to be based on the total sales or the year rank? So if there were other columns, you see all of them listed here. And so if you don't want it to be based on the total sales, you can choose year rank, or you can choose whichever one that you want it to be based on. All right, so you have it here, so you can select from. All right, and so now that we are they sorted out, there are a few things that you can do. So we want it on the total sales, so we want it on this column, we want our conditional formatting on this column, and we have a few things that we can do here. One, we can either give it a background color, all right, a font color, data badge. You can put in icons, web URL, all of that. All right, so let's see how this works. So what we are going to do is that since it's being ranked automatically, what it's going to do, or what this does, is that it's going to give the highest a different style of doing things than the lowest items in that particular column. All right, and so like so, if I'm to select background, turn background on, what you are going to realize is that the first one and second, the colors for them is a bit bolder compared to 1, 2, 3, and then these ones are very light. All right, and so you can either use this to show, especially if you are in a meeting and you want to show the total sales and you are unable to prepare the year round or things like that to easily show, you can just use the conditional formatting to highlight the top sales, all right, or the highest revenue earners, or the highest whatever they want to do. All right, you can just use something like this. So the background color will just highlight and show that. All right, so when I look at this, so if this was changed, all right, so let's say if this is descending order, you can still see that the highest is given more priority, and then it continues like that to the lowest. All right, so the color for the highest is still going to be bold, irrespective of whether they are in ascending order, descending order, or they are mixed up. You are still going to see the difference. All right, based on the background color. All right. Hello, I'm Meshak here, and still in the course of the video, just wanted to take a minute and to let you know that if you're a small business owner or someone trying to break into data analytics, hey, you should know that I can help you move faster without confusion. Over here, I offer one-on-one data analytics coaching where I teach you podcast skills in Power BI, SQL, Excel, Python, all right, and business insights tailored to your goals. Whether it's for improving decisions or landing a role, you are at the right place. I also needed to know that I've also created a Power BI beginner ebook that breaks everything down step by step, no jargon, no overwhelming. And so if you are ready to actually understand data and use it with confidence, I'll ask you to check the links right below. I've attached it to my video. Alright, and you can see, so this is my one-on-one coaching where you can book a coaching session with me, and you can get to ask me questions directly, and I can help you to solve any problem that you are looking to solve when it comes to data analytics. You can also find my ebook here, right? And so if there is something that you like, you can simply go in and then you can purchase it, and it's quite affordable, so you can just go in and purchase it, and trust me that you are going to get the value that you are looking for as you buy this book. All right, so without much ado, I digress. Let's move back to the video. Like so, now there are several other things that you can also do. So if you want it to be like so, all right, you can simply just turn this off, and then now you are going to come to the icons and select icons, and you can see it as so. All right, so these icons is telling us that typically the green color highlights what is positive, and then followed by what is in the middle. So yellow in this case is used to represent what is in the middle, all right, and then red represents what is the lowest. All right, so in this case, this is how it's being represented. All right, as you can see, like so. Now you can also use what we call data bars. All right, so we have the data bars as well. You can combine the data bars and the icons. You can combine all of them, but typically it's advisable to just use one. All right, and so we can just also use data bars, all right, to show all of this. Now what you can also do is that once you have it, you can still go into your conditional formatting space and do some formatting. So like so, let's say if the data bars, I turn this on there like so, and I don't want these colors. All right, what I can simply do is to go to my FX, which is my conditional formatting space. All right, and then once I go there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the colors. I'm going to say for positive, I want it to be this, like so, and for negatives, I want it to be maybe black, all right, and then click on OK, and it's going to change accordingly. Do you understand? And so you can play around with this and then do whatever that you want to do with that. You can also come right here and you can change them right over here, so you can see it right over here. So this is a function, the rule that that Power BI has given to this conditional format. All right, if you feel now you want to make some changes, you have the opportunity to make your changes over here. So this rule is saying that if the value is greater or equal to 0, all right, and it's using the percentage sign, then it should show this, all right. And then if it's greater or equal to 33, all right, it's also using the percent. Now you can change it from percent to number and all of that. There is something, conditional formatting is something that we've done already previously. And so if you are not entirely sure how this is done, you can check my video on conditional formatting to better understand what this all is about, all right. And so you can do your changes there. If you take Power BI, then pick the right colors or the right shapes, you can go in there and then do your little shapes and changes to your matrix. But essentially, this is simply how you can transform your matrix chart or visualization from what it typically is, that is the normal way, to something as beautiful as this, all right, or to change it from this to using bar charts, all right, to whatever they want to do. And this is important because, like I said, a lot of the times you want people to, look at the visual, especially your matrix, all right. If the figures are very much plenty, you just want them to look at it and be able to identify straight away which ones are making the most sales and which ones are not making the most sales, all right, or which ones are doing well and which ones are not doing well. And so being able to use the bar charts and icons and things like that is a very sweet way and good way of showing these values without people having to strain and take so much and use so much of their time to figure a few things out. All right. And so yes, I'm not going to keep you guys here for long. I'm going to end right here and I'm going to say, hey, if you enjoyed today's video, if this video was helpful, if it proved value to you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, alright, so you can join in that command so that when I upload any new video like this, you'll be the first to be notified. Also, be sure to leave a like to this video. Comment anything if you think there was something that I missed, if you think there was something that I could have added, alright. Yeah, I'll be sure to check it out and I'll get back to you. Like I always say, do be sure to take care of yourself and I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. See ya.